The Super Nintendo Collection video has arrived and we have a lot to get through. So in this video, you're going to be taking a look at every single boxed Super Nintendo game I have and every single unboxed Super Nintendo game NTSC and PAL regions. So I hope you guys can appreciate that this is going to be quite a big video. So we're going to do it slightly different. I'm going to show you my boxed Super Nintendo games first, and then we're going to cut back and I'm going to show you this massive pile of unboxed games. And as ever, please let me know if there's anybody that has additional games that I need to add. If you want to make any recommendations, I think I've got the majority of what I need. There's a couple more that I want to get, but I'll just keep going with the Super Nintendo. So sit back, enjoy, and let's get into it. Okay, what do you guys think to the boxed collection? You'll have to bear with me here. This is in no particular order. I'm just going to grab pile by pile. There may be the odd Super Famicom game that I'm not going to include in this. So here we got a copy of Cybernator. Not one I played in my childhood. I think somebody sent me this a couple of years ago. I don't actually remember how, when, and why I even acquired it, but it's in the unboxed collection. What I aim to do over the years is buy boxes, originals, not repros, and just fill these and put them on the shelf. I'd like to just have a boxed collection of Super Nintendo games. Now we also have a copy of Doom. Doom on the Super Nintendo isn't the best port. It really does shine on the PC. It wasn't too bad for me, I thought, on the PS1, but it really does lag that little bit. The music isn't as good, you know, the graphics definitely aren't as good as something like the glorious PC back in the mid-90s. But nonetheless, this is a staple title pretty much on all consoles and PCs. Like, you have to have it. This is a definite must-own for you guys. Goof Troop is a top-down puzzle kind of adventure game. Not one that you would typically kind of draw towards if you saw it out on the shelves, but definitely a worthy game if you like your puzzles and there's bright popping sprites, really nice colour palettes and wicked enemies, and it's just a mammoth amount of fun. I can't recommend Goof Troop enough. Here we got a copy of Animaniacs. I've never played it on the Super Nintendo. I don't know why I sung that. It just kind of felt like theatrical. This was a very theatrical cartoon back in the day. We've all watched it. I really should play it. Let me know if Animaniacs is any good. We got a racer here, Nigel Mansell's World Championship Racing, a very common Super Nintendo title by boxed and unboxed standards. Nothing much to kind of say about it really. Not a huge fan of this game. It doesn't, I never kind of say, oh, I really fancy playing Nigel Mansell's World Championship. Do you know what I mean? And I never say it about FIFA 98 either. Was this the last cartridge-based FIFA game? Or was there a FIFA? I want to say this is the last cartridge-based FIFA game. You guys will probably kind of pull me up in the comment section there. We got more games here, more games down here, so we're just going to kind of continue here. I love dropping them. They're the worst clanking plastic in the world. Tiny Toons Buster Bunny Bust Loose, wicked game. Looks great by 2019 standards. Very, very tricky. It's kind of like you've got to kind of build up your carrot meter, unlock your speed. You can run up walls. It's really fun. Again, not one that you kind of sit down and think, I really fancy playing this. But if you get a spare hour and you want to try something new, definitely give this a go. We have another world here. Sequel to Flashback. Flashback was a very, very difficult and mind-boggling game back on the Amiga, back in the day, back on the Super Nintendo, Sega Mega Drive. It really just twisted my mind, and it still does today. We had the 25th anniversary edition released on the Switch, which was pretty gnarly. This one isn't as good though, but if you are a fan of Flashback, you need to play that. We have Cannon Fodder and Pop and Twin B. Classic titles yet again. I love the colour palette on Pop and Twin B. I think I got this on a Facebook group actually a couple of years ago. I do try to buy cartridge games because I know, like I said, in the future I will go in for the boxes themselves. Got a Super Famicom game there. I've had boxed Super Famicom games over there. I'm not going to include them in this. This is just NTSC and PAL. So we shall continue. Let me kind of grab this beauty. And we got Cool Spot right here. Brilliant. Back in the day, this was the first video game that I remember seeing other brands like 7-Up. Like I was like, oh, I drink 7-Up. And it was in a video game, which made it extra cool. Not so cool by today's standards, but back in the day it was immense. Like I lived for that kind of stuff. We got a copy here of Magic Sword. Never actually played it, so not going to ramble on about it. Oh, we got Final Fantasy Super Famicom game. Going to put that down there. Oh, classic. Wait a second. I may even, no I don't. Aladdin on the Super Nintendo. Spoke about this recently. We did a Aladdin Sega Mega Drive, Aladdin Super Nintendo. Spoke about this at great length. Really, really beautiful, beautiful, beautiful game. I actually, like I've said before, I think it looks slightly better on the Sega Mega Drive, but very, very tricky. I love the verticality, love the side-scrolling elements. An absolute must-own on either of the 16-bit console. It depends which ones you guys prefer. Now we got Road Riot 4-wheel drive here, shining in light, beautiful. We got some Jungle Bug and some Lemmings, both stellar little titles. Out of the two in my hand, I'd probably go with Lemmings. Pipping this to the post just a fraction. Enjoyed playing this on the school PCs on those rainy dinner times when you wanted to get out the rain and you'd go down to the design block and you'd go into the PC room and it was either play Crystal Maze or play Lemmings. For my UK audience, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. In North America, just have a look at Crystal Maze on the PC and you'll know what I mean. But had some fun with Lemmings back in the day. Let's continue. We've got Super Famicom Demon's Crest there, sent to me by a loyal subscriber, thank you very much. International Superstar Soccer and Simpsons Nightmare. Loved this, and I loved this, even though this bent my mind in many directions, me trying to kind of figure out what to do. But I did enjoy this. I've made it no secret that up until about FIFA 95, I really enjoyed football games on 16-bit consoles and on the Amiga with the crappy top-down, kind of completely one-dimensional pitch. But did enjoy this, and I really enjoyed this as well. There's not actually a Simpsons game that I don't enjoy, to be fair. So We got classic Super Ghouls and Ghosts and Pugsley's Scavenger Hunt. Spoken about this at great length. There is a fresh blog on my website, juicygamereviews.com, where my friend, he guest blogged, Ben, completed this on the hardest difficulty. He writes about his experiences and some of the tactics that he used to complete it. So go and check it out. My website's linked in the description. After you finish watching videos, go and check it. Super R-Type, Super Famicom. Sorry guys. Illusion of Time, great game. Great game. I really need to get back into it actually. And we've got predominantly NTSC stuff left, so let's continue to get through this. Okay, next up then, we'll go for some Turtles in Time and Cool World. This cost me $7 in upstate New York. Don't remember where I got this one. I think I actually got this from the same store for like $40 a couple of years ago. Now, Turtles in Time is immense. You can complete it in about 35 minutes. It's fantastic couch co-op. All of the different turtles bring something different to the table, as they do in all of the Turtles games. So in fact, I completed it on stream not so long ago. And this, if you can find a PAL copy of this, you want to hold on to it because it is extremely rare. The PAL version of this, I believe, was a Spanish-only exclusive. And there's not many of the copies about. I have an NTSC game. It's a cruddy game, to be fair, but Cool World on PAL. If you have it in your attic, don't let go of it because it's quite expensive. Continuing on then, we have Pit Fighter and the Lord of the Rings. Put them right there. Excuse me. Some Top Gear. This was a cartridge I picked up in a massive Super Nintendo haul that you saw me pick up a couple of weeks ago. Talked about this game at length. Reminds me of Lotus Turbo Challenge, to be fair. Primal Rage and Ren and Stimpy. I have Primal Rage. I have it boxed over there on PAL actually. So I have this on NTSC and PAL. And Ren and Stimpy. Don't think we got this on PAL. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comment section below. Okay, let's continue. We got a couple of PAL games littered in here. FIFA 96 and the Page Master. Again, I'm going to be scouring the comments, guys, for any Super Nintendo games that you can recommend. We got Killer Instinct and Super Metroid. Why? Here's something I don't know. Why was Killer Instinct a black cartridge? Does anybody have the answer? Was it just for a different aesthetic, or was there a reason behind it? I kind of look at this and I wish publishers and developers made different colour Super Nintendo cartridges, because I'm not aware of any other Super Nintendo games that have different colour cartridges on original release. Maybe on like bootleg stuff, yeah. California Games 2 and Final Fight. I have a boxed copy of this as well, so I may sell this. I'll sell this. Contact me if you want to buy it. And Final Fight, classic. Super Star Wars, solid game, love it. We have loads of stuff. There's so many games. I cannot believe how many SNES games I have. Final Fight 3. This was sent to me all the way from Australia. And Double Dragon. I can't read that. The Shadow Falls. Double Dragon games these days, for me, feel just so impossible to play. They're just so blocky and crap to control, and the combat is awful. Compare it to something like Final Fight. There's just no competition. Like Final Fight 3 would definitely win. Great game, quite a short game. Completed that on stream as well. Mario Paint. Got this for a birthday. Would it have been my 12th? My 13th? Loved it. The fact that I could use a mouse on a Super Nintendo just blew me out of the water, gamers. Now this I've got Super Mario All-Stars. Actually have a box NTSC copy of that now, so that is pretty rad. I'll be selling that. And also Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends. Never played it because we didn't get this on PAL. We are almost there. We have Mickey Mouse The Magical Quest and some Batman Forever. I actually have you saw it earlier, the Woolworths release of Batman. Oh my goodness. absolutely so rare. So pretty stoked when I bought that. I remember that buzz. I was shaking. It was insane. Some PAL stuff. This is the last NTSC one. We got Tasmania. And then there's a little pile here of PAL Super Nintendo games. So we'll go through these bad boys. We've got Desert Strike and Donkey Kong Country 2. For me, nothing beats the original Donkey Kong Country. The second and third were definitely great additions to the series, but they just didn't feel as exciting. Let me know if you agree with that or you maybe kind of disagree. It's fine. We got Clay Fighter and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Great little side-scrolling fighting action kick-ass beat 'em up game that is. I love it. Clay Fighter, not so much. And here in Power Regions, you know it is Contra 3. We know it is Super Probotector Alien Rebels. There was some not licensing. It was to do with the violence, wasn't it? Again, there's a blog on my website and I write about this, but my memory's very rusty. We have robots in North America, Contra 3. There's humans. Eek the Cat as well. Have you got this? Because this is quite difficult to find, Eek the Cat. If you can get it, definitely hold on to it. And then got a copy of ActRaiser to finish us off with the unboxed Super Nintendo games. So that is my full Super Nintendo collection. It has been requested for quite some time, so thank you for making it this far in the video. Recommendations welcome, feedback welcome in the comments, but I would ask that you guys just hit that subscribe button for me and let's continue to grow together. It really motivates me to see the channel grow because I've got loads more content planned that I'm wanting to share with you good people. I'm going to leave it there. I'll be back on Friday with more content. Have a beautiful day. My name is Gemma. Take care. See you soon.